How do you measure your SEO? It's a complicated subject fraught with myths and misnomers, and it doesn't help that vendors say conflicting things about this type of measurement. In this episode, we're going to dig deeper and show you how to measure in greater context, which tools to use and why, so that you can gain a stronger cross-sectional picture of your SEO's performance. So let's get started. What are we trying to accomplish when we measure SEO? We're trying to understand how a deliverable we paid for or activities we performed internally for the purpose of SEO led to a result that we care about. And contrary to popular belief, one tool cannot accomplish that soup to nuts and connect the dots. So let's look at the 3 different tools that we recommend you use in concert to be able to connect those dots. The first is Google Analytics, and that measures the traffic that is on your website. Importantly, in the context of SEO, it measures what happens after someone clicks to enter your website. We know that the person came from organic search because of Google Analytics. We know that they navigated a certain number of pages and stuck around for a certain amount of time. We can even measure a conversion, assuming that you've set that up. What Google Analytics does not show you is what keyword, what query the individual person searched in order to arrive at your website. Was it your brand name, where they clearly were looking for you anyway and SEO didn't really have much impact? Or was it a critically important low funnel keyword that's going to drive opportunity for you? And does that line up with the activities that you've been performing through SEO? Google Search Console is the next tool that we recommend you use heavily for SEO accountability. If Google Analytics is everything after the click, Google Search Console is everything before the click. So what does that mean? Well, if somebody types in Ford dealers and you're a Ford dealer and they see you in search, that's an impression, and Google Search Console measures that. Much more important than impressions are clicks, which directly align to users in Google Analytics. Should be 1-to-1. So what this allows you to do is, unlike Google Analytics, which doesn't tell you the keyword or query, Google Search Console tells you exactly what that person searched when they entered your website. Critically important context to understand, was it SEO that drove this result, or was it a billboard that I put up and more people searched for my store name? The third piece to the puzzle is rank tracking. We typically recommend SEMrush. It's a popular tool, but any rank tracking solution will work if it tracks a keyword ranking in organic search over time and at a specific location. It's important not to use national rank tracking because that's not going to give you a result accurate to your store, and we'll elaborate on that later. But rank tracking helps you back up what you're seeing in Google Search Console. Let's say you see an increase in clicks from Ford dealer in Google Search Console that correlates to an increase in traffic in Google Analytics. Well, those are great, but how do we know that SEO drove that result, as opposed to, let's say, just an increase in search volume, more consumer interest? The way that we know that is by looking at rank tracking. If your ranking for Ford dealers went up, and then in Google Search Console, your clicks on Ford dealers, the keyword, went up, and in analytics, your traffic and your conversions went up, we can connect the dots, and now we know that our SEO led to the intended result. So to recap, you're making an investment in SEO, whether it's internally with your own staff or whether it's externally with a vendor. And you want to know, do I have ROI? Am I producing the intended result with my SEO work? The end point is we want to sell more cars as a result of this work. And the closest thing to that in the data continuity is we want a conversion. We want a lead from our SEO efforts. That's a lead that you would track with Google Analytics, a conversion, a key event. But where does it begin? We start by looking at rank tracking in a tool like SEMrush, and we see, did our ranking increase for the keywords that we focused on? Next, we look at Google Search Console, and we see, did our traffic, did our clicks increase from that same keyword or bucket of keywords? Finally, we look at Google Analytics and see, did our traffic increase? Did our conversions, our key events, increase from organic search? If all 3 are true, then our SEO is working and we're having the intended effect. Now that we've established the tools that you need to use to measure your SEO in concert and in context, we'll shift our focus in the coming videos to the basics and fundamentals of measurement. We'll see you then.